Now we be the voice that got talk true. For the land we done they so for silence too long.
For inside last week again, no, Dele Faroti me, the one where they call the Ifa priest, we know the fear word. For in Sunday medicine, discuss one topic where in they call the stubborn truth. Now him be say that truth when you feel die. No matter what you do, no matter how you try to hide them, you go see they show up head. Yes, him say that kind truth no get respect for their bias. Now so in talk am for you, Igbo. Yeah. According to Ramo, Nigeria, they lie give himself too much every time. In say, imagine say country, they scatter. People still they clap for themselves, say that they progress. They say, one big lie. He say, Nigeria done better. Now he make people they japa, they enter APC. In call that one, Ogbonge lie. They say this local government's autonomy where government they pursue, say the lie where they inside, no be small. He say, it be like say government won't shift attention for inside regional government where they talk, come put them for local governments. Make with the watch, sir. They say, it no fit blame anybody where they desire division for Nigeria. With the kind injustice way full ground for here, person go one jackpot, but still, he no think say division, that be the solution. Make we hear them.
Constitutionally demand that the lie become the truth. It does not happen. Another one of those lies that the stubborn truth will not allow to live. Hausa Fulani. What is that? Exactly what is the meaning of that? There is no ethnicity in Nigeria called Hausa Fulani. So why have we continued to tell ourselves this lie, and what is it that it is promoting? Exactly what is hiding behind that construct? Through federalism. If it is federalism, it is federalism. What do you mean through federalism? What kind of federalism has the National Assembly legislating on local governance? What federal system has a single body to conduct elections from local government, and this is being done in a parliament largely unelected, unreflective of the people? And we are building atop these foundations of lies, but the stubborn truth will not go away. No federation does these things that we are doing, and we are institutionalizing, and we're lying to ourselves that we can have them endure. How? It does not happen. Herders farmers clash? What do you mean by herders farmers clash? The herder is coming with his cattle and he's got guns. The farmer is on his farm with his farming implement. The farmer is in his home, in his village, sleeping in his bed with his wife and his children all around him. And the one you call a herder comes in with guns and depopulate the place and kill the people. You come as a government, you bury the dead in unmarked graves, and you allow those you call herders to resettle the land, rename it, and you tell all kind of lies. But the stubborn truth will not go away. What kind of lies do we tell ourselves, and how do we even expect that these lies will endure? How? How?
For another story for last week, Randy Peter don't carry this electoral reform matter waka far. That boy no dey hear word at all. This last week, he don't invite all the daddy GOs and even imam, one after another, may they come join hand promote this electoral reform campaign. He say no be tithe and offering be their own. Now the time to come work for the masses. Make you listen.
Pastor E.A. Adeboye, Daddy Gio, sir, I greet you, sir. Daddy, there is problem. Daddy Gio, sir, your children are in crisis. Daddy, as it is now, there is serious problem. We, the Nigerian youths, your children, we need your attention and your intervention, sir. Daddy, things are not okay with us. Everything is not well. Daddy Gio, sir, Daddy, you say we should pray for dollar, pray for naira. Daddy, it's like the prayer is not really working. The thing they increase, Daddy. Daddy, you people say we should pray for our leaders, Daddy, we have been praying. It's like the more we are praying for these people, the more they are flourishing in wickedness and evil. Daddy, this current set of leadership in Nigeria is after the lives of your children. Daddy, you need to come out and speak up for us. Daddy Gio, sir, I beg you. I'm on my knees begging you, Daddy Gio. You are our father. You are a spiritual father. You are a grandfather. You have the responsibility to protect us both spiritually and physically. Every day they will begin to say that Nigerian youths, we are not ready. We should get ready to fight and take back our country. Daddy Gio, why should we be fighting alone as if we do not have parents? Are we orphans as Nigerian children? You people are our fathers. And not just you, I'm talking to all our spiritual fathers, whom I'm also going to mention. But we are using you because you are the father of fathers. That is why I'm calling your attention, Daddy Gio. Daddy Gio, we have decided that as Nigerian youths, we do not want to complain again. We want to fix our country. We want to fix a country. We want to get the kind of leaders that are building Dubai, even without prayers. The kind of leaders that build Europe, that build Russia, where our leaders go for holiday and vacation. We want to build that kind of system. Daddy Gio, that is why we are calling your attention to this. We carried a petition because we have realized that our problem is to fix electoral process so that we can have free and fair elections to pick our own leaders. So we took a petition, we carry and go to National Assembly. We drop one in the office of Senate President. We drop another one in the office of the House of Rep Speaker. We need electoral reform. Daddy Gio, please, I beg you, sir. We don't need you to say you want to protest. We need you to enjoy peace and for you to rest. But Daddy Gio, we need your voice and your support. If you give us an opportunity and a date, we will come to your office. We just need you, sir. We have flyers we have made. I am a Nigerian. I support free and fair elections. Daddy, if you hold that flyer alone and snap with us, let the authorities know that you support free and fair elections. And that we are not alone. We're supposed to get backing of our fathers. You are our fathers. Please do not abandon us. Please do not allow us to continue getting killed. Every day Nigerians are dying. Nigerian youths are being slaughtered. Nigerian women, Nigerian children. No matter how much you people pray, no matter how much we pray, if we do not fix this government, things cannot work. Things will not be okay. Daddy Gio. If you give us dates, we want to come. Let your voice just be heard that you support free and fair elections. Let them know that you are with us and leave the rest for us. Daddy Gio, is it too much to ask? Is it too much to ask? I beg you, our religious leaders, our fathers, all Nigerians, as you see this video, begin to tag all your pastors and men and women of God. Begin to use this video now as a point of contact. Every church, Catholic Bishops Conference, if you hear the name of your church or pastor, even if you know here, tag them and call them. We need your attentions, please, your intervention. Catholic Bishops Conference, Anglican Communion, Methodist Church, Christ Apostolic Church, Presbyterian, Watchman, the Apostolic Church, ECWA, the Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria, led by the President, Bishop Francis Wale Oke, Pastor E.A. Adeboye, Bishop David Olani Oyedepo, Bishop Michael Okonkwo Trem, Pastor W.F. Kumuyi Deeper Life, Pastor Chris Oyakilomi Christ Embassy, Archbishop Margaret Benson Dahosa Church of God Mission, Pastor Ayo Richard Jaffo Word of Life Church Warri, Pastor Paul Ade Farasin. You told us that Saul will come before David. Pastor Paul, if election and INEC is not good, how will David come? Saul don't come now. David no fit come because of election. Pastor Paul, we are coming to your church. Pastor Kojo Yemade, Pastor Jerry Eze, NSPPD, please, Streams of Joy, help us. Apostle Joshua Selman, Apostle Johnson Suleiman, Pastor Jimmy Odukoya, Fountain of Life, Reverend Sam Adeyemi and Reverend Nike Adeyemi, Reverend Ansele Madubuko, Dr. Pastor Paul and Dr. Becky Enenche Dunamis, Pastor David Ibiome Salvation, Pastor Biodun Fato Yimbo Koza, Pastor Emmanuel Iren, Pastor Femi Lazarus, Pastor Bolaji Idowu, Pastor Tony Rapu, Reverend Lazarus Moka, Reverend Pastor Paul Ebel Damina, Pastor Itua Igodalo, Trinity House, Pastor David Ogweli, Bishop Simeon Oka, Reverend Sama Maga, Pastor Korede Komaya, Bishop M. Maisong, Reverend Dr. Omar Pai, Bishop TV Adelakun, Pastor Wale Ade Farasin, Pastor Nathaniel Bassi, Pastor Shiju Iluyomade, Pastor Goodman Akilabi, Pastor Kingsley Okonkwo and your dear wife, Pastor Bimbo and Yemi Daniels, Reverend Tunde Bakari, Bishop Funke Felix Adejumo, Bishop Felix Remi Adejumo, Mommy Sarah Omaku Family Worship Center, Reverend Christy Bature, Apostle Joshua Talena, Apostle Johnson Suleiman again, Dr. Felix Omobude, Bishop Zili Agri, Pastor Charles Osazua, Reverend Samo Sagai, Pastor Jeremiah Fufehin, Reverend Chris Okote, even Odumeje, every man of God or every religious leader as a Christian, tag them to this video. Please, we need your help. We need your attention. We have 30 days. The Sultan of Sokoto, His Eminence Sultan Muhammad Saad Abubakar III, CFR. I greet you, Sultan, sir. Your Eminence, sir, there is problem. Sultan, sir, the Nigerian youths, your children, need your urgent attention. And our dear Sultan, we are not only calling upon you because you are a traditional leader, but because you are a very senior spiritual leader in Nigeria. In fact, you are the leader of the Nigerian Supreme Council of Islamic Affairs and the leader of the Jamaatul Nasir Islam. Our dear Sultan, sir, Nigerian youths are in crisis. We need an enabling environment for all of us to thrive and live up to our God-given potentials. Our dear Sultan, sir, we cannot afford that our fathers like yourself should be quiet in the face of injustice, insecurity, hunger, and starvation, and all of the problems that are facing and bedeviling your children, sir. We are not only calling upon you as the only Islamic cleric, but also every other Islamic leader in Nigeria. But because you are the father of fathers, we will begin with you and mention some other Islamic leaders in the country. Our dear Sultan, sir, it is the Holy Quran that says, in I think 4 verse 135, he said, believers uphold justice, that we should be bearers of truth, whether it is against us or your parents or your kinsmen, whether it is against the rich or the poor, because Allah is more interested in their welfare than we can ever be. Our dear Sultan, sir, what kind of injustice creates the kind of hunger and poverty that is going on in Nigeria, and are we truly upholding justice as Islamic and religious leaders? What kind of justice and leadership brings about the kind of insecurity that have plagued the whole of the country? The north where you are, out since 1960, out of the about 16 presidencies or leaderships we have had, about 10 of them have come from the north. If you remove the former General Yakubu Gowon, who was the only northern Christian, the rest have been northern Muslims. Our dear Sultan, how has it translated to the development of the persons and the betterment of the lives of the northerners? How can we sit down and watch an entire region become the headquarters of insecurity with all manner of groups, all forms of poverty, people living in multi-dimensional poverty, people living without access to drinking water in 2025? Out of the more than 20 million out of school children, the North alone accounts for more than 12 million of that number. Our dear Sultan, sir, are these statistics okay? Is this the kind of justice that we need in this country, that the Holy Quran and Allah has instructed all of us to uphold? That is why we are coming to you, our dear Sultan. We are begging and pleading. The Nigerian youth have gone to drop a petition because we have identified that we need to fix our elections for us to be able to pick competent leaders who have the interest of this nation at heart. We have dropped one petition with the Senate President, one with the Honorable Speaker. We gave them 30 days countdown, which will end by 6th of June. Our dear Sultan, we do not need you to come out to join any protest. We only need you to lend your voice of support. We have placards that carry the inscription, "We support free and fair election in Nigeria." Our dear Sultan, I am on my knees begging you, sir. Just hold one of the placards and say you support free and fair election. Let the world and the leadership of Nigeria know that you truly stand for justice as a religious leader and as a father in this country. Our dear Sultan, please help us and hear our voice. Any Islamic leader you know, please tag them. Pardon my pronunciation for anyone that I may get wrongly. Every sector, every Islamic sect, whether Sunni Islam, Shia Islam, Sufism, Ahmadiyya, Nasfat, Ansaruddin, the Emir of Kanu, Your Royal Majesty Sanusi Lamido, Sheikh Dahiru Usman Bauchi, Sheikh Ibrahim Ibn Saleh Al Husseini, Sheikh Ahmed Abubakar Gumi, Kabiru Gombe, Sheikh Aminu Ibrahim Daurawa, Sheikh Isaac Pantami, former Minister for Communication, Alhaji Muhyiddin Babawa Ajani Bello, Alhaji Abdullah Kimbode Badegeshi, Sheikh Muhyiddin Samo Hussein, the Chief Imam of Ofa, Sheikh Rufai Abdullah Salati, Sheikh Adepoju Yusuf Olatunde, Honorable Dr. Abdullasif Abdul Hakim, Sheikh Dr. Sulaiman Farouk Oniki Jikpa, Sheikh Dawood Abdul Majid Alfa Nla, Dr. Abdul Razak Abdul Majid Alaro, Sheikh Mohammed Rabiu Adebayo, Sheikh Professor Ibrahim Makari Said, the Chief Imam of Abuja, Professor Lakin Akintola, Professor Ishaq Oloede, the Registrar for JAM and Secretary General of the Nigerian Council for Islamic Affairs, Sheikh Imam Abdurrahman Ahmad Olarewaju, Sheikh Dr. Nasir Kabara, Sheikh Mohammed Tar Bauchi, Honorable Justice Adam Abdullah Al-Ilori, OON. I beg you in the name of God, every Islamic leader that you know, for those of you who are Muslims, Baba Awa, you people should help us. Stand up for the truth. That is what Islam is about. You say it is a religion of truth and justice and peace. We must move from just mere words to action. Are you in support of fake and rigged election? Rigged election is stealing and is injustice, and the Holy Quran rejects and forbids it. Why should our leaders keep quiet when that kind of injustice is taking place? Please join us and call for the reform of INEC and electoral reform.
Meanwhile, for interview with Samson Itodo hold for Arise TV, he said the electoral reform bill waka, it don't start to. The man dropped some better gist for Arise TV. He said INEC don't review the 2023 election and they don't compare amendments where they go make. But here's the shocker. The direct transmission of results from polling units to the INEC server no dey for inside the amendment list. That one are the cuckoo where everybody they shout since. Is still no day. Samson talk say another thing where they worry and be say Oga Presido, Oga Tinubu never say anything about this reform, this electoral reform. Nobody sabi in mind for inside this reform.
When you look at the 8 recommendations INEC has proposed for electoral amendments, especially the electoral. So there are 4 of them that relates to the Constitution, and there are about 16 provisions in all. What are those provisions? The first one, INEC is proposing that the power to appoint resident electoral commissioners should be divested from the president and vested in INEC. So INEC can appoint state directors of elections and in the FCT. Now, that proposal aligns with the citizens' demand as well as Justice Owe's committee's recommendation, because one of the tools being used by incumbents to capture the Electoral Commission is to assault and incur on its operational independence. In other words, if the president is appointing national commissioners, if he's appointing resident electoral commissioners, the chances that their independence is guaranteed is quite limited. So INEC is proposing that you remove that power from the president. Quite a bold move, and this is the first electoral commission that's actually adopting some of this particular recommendation. The second one relates to early voting.
It has to go
it
through
hasn't.
the
Of course, it has to.
The National Assembly.
We hope that the National Assembly considers it because it's constitutional amendment. The second is early voting, a very progressive proposal, because it gives journalists, election observers, INEC officials, security agents who are on essential election duty to cast their vote at every election. It also gives inmates, prisoners who are in incarceration, the opportunity to cast their vote, including Nigerians in diaspora. So that's one progressive proposed amendment. The other amendment, relates to the PVCs, that the downloadable, the permanent voters card.
Right.
INEC is proposing that the law should be amended to legalize the use of electronically generated permanent voters card or any other official ID recognized by the Electoral Commission. That again also aligns with the demands of citizens and other stakeholders, because what it does is it increases accessibility to voting. We've seen cases where Nigerians were disenfranchised because they didn't have their PVCs, not because they didn't show up to collect their PVCs, but as a result of logistical challenges on the part of the Electoral Commission.
So if they had perhaps their driver's
Yes.
license or something, or passport or whatever.
Exactly, because we have the beavers that functions
sense.
optimally. The voters register is on the beavers. So if you show up with an official ID and your name is on the voters register, you should be allowed to cast your vote. The one problematic proposal that INEC has made, which contravenes and is against, the demands of citizens, was INEC is proposing that the power it has under Section 64 of the Electoral Act to review results declared under duress or in contravention of the Electoral Act, INEC guidelines and its manual, INEC is proposing that the power of review should be limited to only cases where elections were declared under duress. And that is problematic, because that particular proposal was demanded for by citizens, because it was to address the impunity on the part of politicians to undermine the electoral process. Why is INEC seeking an amendment to that particular law, limiting the exercise of his review powers to only results declared under duress, when we have seen in recent elections where collation officers declared and announced results in contravention of the guidelines?
Absolutely.
So are you trying to protect election officials from liability when they violate the law? I thought that the Electoral Commission, given recent experiences, will seek an amendment to strengthen that particular law. But this proposal weakens it.
Yeah, but
and
why
we
do you
hope
think
that the
they're
national
doing that?
I don't know.
You've been liaising with them.
I think the Commission has not come out to explain the rationale for that proposal.
Right.
It is shocking to us, and we hope that the National Assembly actually jettisons that proposal, because it's antithetical, to every attempt to protect the electoral process.
Are you going to lobby the National Assembly
Absolutely.
to drop it?
The position of citizens is clear. There's a citizens memo on electoral reform that has got 37 recommendations. And those recommendations have been canvassed with reform members of the National Assembly, and we will continue to engage with the National Assembly to pass those particular laws. But where proposals are made that would not strengthen our electoral process, we have to jettison it and oppose it. But one proposal that INEC has also made is the need to address the ambiguity related to results collation.
Absolutely.
And our results collation process
problem in
needs to be overhauled. But I think it's also limited, because the proposal INEC is making is that the National Assembly should clarify, the difference between transfer and directly transmitted. Because those two words were used in Section 60 of the Act and Section 64 of the Act. That created some form of confusion.
Yeah.
But the biggest problem is that in this whole discussion of electoral reform, we have not seen any proposal that makes electronic transmission mandatory.
Still, for last week, another active voice don't talk for Obodo Naija. That voice no dey talk anyhow. But when he talk, na goa. He go talk as he be. His name na Cosmos Madoka, the man where they take Koschari Sabi. For interview where engage for YouTube, in talk say young people don't give up for Obodo Naija. Now he make politicians they drive them like Kekemarwa for inside your town. Make we listen. In talk plenty thing for inside interview.
About to go, how many of you would they kill? They will kill 1,000 or they will kill 100,000. If you need to pay price for the other people, if you don't pay price, generation unborn for eons of years will hold us responsible that in our generation we did nothing. Those guys running away from the toll gate was the worst mistake they did.
Seriously.
I'm telling you, they should have stood there.
That very day,
that day and dare those people for the once and for all.
Wow.
The oppressors know the game, they understand it. Once they did that and they know you are afraid of it, then they will never leave. All they know is themselves and their family.
Yes.
They will never change. If they kill 5,000 Nigeria, the whole country will change. That will be the end of all this mess. But 5,000 have paid the price to redeem 200 million people. But 200 million people say, let 5,000 people do with us whatever they like. They like the shit in our head, we eat their shit. And we are happy with it. Or we leave the country for them. And they are happy. You think they are going to release power for free? You are joking. This is their life. They've lived in it. These young people need to take their destiny in their own hand and say, we have had enough of this. If I'm a young man, maybe I would have lived a revolution. I am 66. I'm going to be 70 in 4 years. I'm 67 this year. So another 14, 13 years, I'm 80 years. It has passed our own time. But if I'm 18, 19, 21, 23, 24, 25, you think I will not do anything? With the life I live, we're coming up, I would have done something.
Aisha Yusufu no even let am comot mouth in come fire am.
So let me even take this from the place where Mr. Cosmas Maduka was talking about that he will soon be 70. But that's the more reason why you should lead the revolution. You've lived 60 years. What more do you want? You are telling someone who is 18, who is just starting life, who has a lot before them, that they should lead a revolution. Nobody should tell anybody to lead any revolution. People should get tired, sick and tired, and be on the streets. And when we talk about NSAS, you telling young people that were killed that they saw government shooting, killing them, that they shouldn't have left the place. Why didn't the rest go and meet them there and say, if you are going to kill them, kill us? You see that NSAS picture that I took that went that was taken of me, that went viral? All throughout that day, I was at the back. I was happy that, you know, finally our young ones are taking on this thing. And even now, that's why every day I tell you, I'm proud of young Nigerians. Don't let anybody gaslight you, tell you that you are not doing. You are the ones that are doing a lot. I remember a time that I will be fighting 3, 4, 5 causes or issues on Twitter. I will carry this one, I will hear on social media, I will do this, I will do this video. When did I even start video? It's because of this. They had put a ban on me, embargo on me, that media houses should not call me. Some of them that called me, they were fining them. So they started, and I say, me that get big mouth, I can't talk. I started doing videos and putting them out there. I've been putting videos on my YouTube since 2015. Some people will not watch them. I just, for me, was one thing was that I will put these videos that even if they kill me today, my voices, they can't kill my voice, because then people is remember, this woman, she had one channel like that, they will go and start watching. For close to 10 years, nobody was watching my video. I go back to my old video, you see some 3 views, 5 views. But I said, my own was that I will document my thoughts and I'll put it out there. That particular picture, it was when the police stood, they formed a line, straight line, with their guns. They had their tear gas canisters, they had their guns, they set their guns. That was when I left where I was sitting at the back, because all throughout that, I told them, I'm here to give you moral support. However you want it, I'm here. That was when I stood, I came to the front and I said, if you are going to shoot them, you have to put the bullet through me. So that NSAS picture you saw, see me stand, now bullet I go collect too. I didn't even know who took the person that even took it. Did not even know who I was, because when he put it on Twitter, it was like, this woman, he hope she's okay. You know, after later on when they threw that tear gas the place and then they started shooting at me, I stayed on that and I was talking. I said, if you're gonna shoot, then shoot me. That is what a parent should do.
Finally, my people, for inside last week, Aisha Yusufu also took mouth for inside the Nnamdi Kanu matter. She para plenty, come ask why government they still delay Nnamdi Kanu abani waiting the Constitution of Nigeria talk. Him say DSS no get respect for the rule of law. Make we listen to plenty things where she talk for inside that video.
Angry. For me, I would say this anytime, any day. When fight about injustice is being done, when fight for justice is being done, it's not about a particular person. It's about the system. This whole thing, this whole shenanigan that has been done against Nnamdi Kanu, it doesn't make sense in any way. Why would the state go on, prosecuting someone in this manner, in this very, lawless manner? If you're going, the state cannot be behaving high-handedly. The state cannot be behaving in such lawless manner and expect that someone else should be the one to do the right thing. How? If someone has done something, if you have something against him, prosecute him. Follow the process, and if he's prosecuted and it's proven in the court that he has done something against the state, against Nigeria, fine and good. If there's nothing that he has done, let him go. Why do you sit because you have the instrument of power at your disposal? You carry someone, you put him, you treat him in such barbaric manner? It's absolutely absurd.
My people, plenty active voices and active citizens talk for inside last week we just passed. If we begin talk all of them, Chigeji, Chigabo. So now here we won't hang this boot for this week. Wait for us for another week, another Sunday, when we go bring you the summary of all the Obonge Tori from the point of view of activists and active citizens we happen for Bodo Naija. I beg make you not forget to subscribe for this channel so that anytime we will drop our video, now you go be the first person to see them. God bless you. Bye.